done a lot of different songs here, so I don't know if there's anything you want to sort of review real quick, or whether maybe the song from last time that we did, the arpeggiated chords, did pretty well on that. So maybe we could just kind of warm up with that and then move forward. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great. What I've done is I tried to play The Exorcist super fast,
Okay.
but I didn't have a chance to record it and send it to you, so maybe I should try again next week. And,
Sure, we can do that.
and then I'm going to move forward with the arpeggiated chords
Yeah.
and the other ones.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that real quick here.
So what I know is when I'm running it in normal speed, I'm still making mistakes.
Yeah, that's probably just because, well, you kind of have to go slow on one part and then fast on other parts. That speed change there, it's probably throwing you off.
Yeah, it is. When it's time to do the chords, then I get a little bit stressed, and then that prevents me from doing it right. So can I do this at maybe 75%?
Yeah, why don't we try like 85?
85, okay.
Okay. Let's check it out.
Okay, hopefully I can do it without looking at my sheet, right? I can wait a few moments if you want.
What's up?
Okay, I can do it now.
Yeah,
I was
go.
hearing some loud sounds. Okay. Seven. Seven and then 2 1.
Hmm.
Not very good.
Do you want to try practicing just the slide sections?
Yes, when I practice the slide sections by itself, I'm a bit better. Like I know that the first seven is, and then the sixth is, right?
Mm-hmm. So how do you practice this? How do you practice that piece?
I practice the parts that are difficult first. Like for example, I was practicing a lot those two parts, right? The seven and the six
Yeah.
separately. And then
But
after
how
that,
do you practice it? Do you just
I,
do you
I
just play
just
it?
I just do it on my own.
Yeah, okay. So the thing is, when you practice, you want to have a strategy. Like, remember, like from back over. First of all, just using a metronome by itself, just with that, it's gonna help, right? If you just
Yeah.
practice without a metronome, you're gonna be going on your own. So, do you use a metronome or not?
I didn't use a metronome for that one.
So, if you use a metronome, it's gonna be better. You're gonna get an enhanced practice out of that. Also, like for example, when we do some of these, let's see if we get the lesson notes over here, like memory techniques and stuff like that. So I tend to do the flipping thing a lot when you have just two little parts that you're trying to memorize. Just back and forth like that. Sometimes you can play it twice each, like this. Part 1, part
Yeah.
1, part 2, part 2, with a metronome. So,
Oh.
so that's kind of yeah, so that's what I meant by how do you practice this? Are you using this strategy, the flipping strategy with the metronome?
I was using a flipping strategy without the metronome.
Okay, so that's pretty good. You know, that's reasonable, but you'll have a little bit better results if you use a metronome.
Okay,
You wanna try that real quick? Do you have a metronome real quick?
Yeah, I started my metronome and I'm at 50.
Cool.
Should
Let's
we do,
try that.
Speed, yeah.
Let's see how that sounds.
Yeah, you can hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Do you want to put this up to 60?
I can.
And do you feel how it's a little slower? We're used to seconds. You see?
Yeah.
Seconds make sense, but 50s, it's like slow.
Okay, so I'm at 60 right now.
Let's try that.
Oh, wrong finger.
So this is better. You can tell how
Yeah.
your timing is much better now.
Yes, I agree with you.
Now, what about doing it twice on each part 1, part 1, part 2, part 2? I think that's going to be a little better.
Okay.
Try to do the twice without that pause in between, without that click in between. Part 1, part 1.
That's a good challenge. Okay, this is where we lie the problem. Let me try it again.
Yeah. Yeah, just keep going.
Okay, so I start over again. Flat.
And switch. Oh, no spaces there.
Right.
See if you can do that.
Okay.
Keep
getting
going, keep
better.
going, keep going.
Oh.
Ah.
Ah!
Good, keep going.
Love the
You're
beat.
getting there, you're getting there. That's pretty good. So that's good. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect with the technique, although it'd be nice. But really, it's just like you're trying to keep your brain like thinking ahead, right?
Yeah, is it good or bad?
Yeah, because the key for this is you have to transition, like it says here, without hesitation. And usually hesitation comes when you're not really sure what's about to happen, so you're not anticipating it.
So you're thinking I'm not thinking ahead enough.
That's usually one of the reasons why people hesitate, or they make mistakes. It's like, you're thinking about what you're doing, but not what's about to happen.
Yeah, well, I get a bit overwhelmed with all of those fingers moving, right?
Yeah.
I'm still not comfortable at 100%.
Yeah. So technique is another reason why you might make mistakes and stuff. But at some point, your technique becomes so good that you need to think faster to be able to play faster versus just move your fingers faster.
Okay.
So that's why we like to do things quick like that and faster. The faster you play, the faster you have to think.
Okay.
All right. So that was pretty good there. Now let's try playing it with the song again and hear the full thing, and I think you should have no problem on this one.
Yeah, let's hope. I'll do it. Yay!
There you go.
That's a good played it so far.
Nice. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So you can see just kind of doing that flipping thing that we did in time with the metronome with no spaces in between. That's really the key to practicing.
Yep, metronome is becoming my best friend.
Yeah. And these little strategies that we have here, these things are pretty beast. I mean, we have the pyramid, which we will use for more complicated things, although for simpler things, it's not 100% necessary. The insertion method is really nice because you'll have one part that's really easy, like that thing that you're playing, and then one part that's really hard. Well, all you got to do is play part 1 once, and then play the part 2 like 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So that way you focus. You're still doing part 1 and part 2. You still practice the transition between the 2 parts, but part 2 is harder, so you're gonna do that more. All right. Then you got the quilting, which is similar to, well, quilting is gonna be basically you start from the middle, and then just kind of like a germ would start to take over everything around it. The bacteria starts to just multiply. Because I got sick, so I'm thinking about how viruses and bacteria multiply. So you get the center, and then they just start to out everywhere, and that's what the quilting is. You start from the center, and you just go work your way out from there in both directions. Okay. Versus the pyramid, which is kind of doing it in one direction, coming backwards, right? And then we get the flipping, which is probably the most used one.
Yeah, I
flipping
like
between
that.
parts. Yeah. And then you've got the order of endings. So let's say you've got you got 4 lines, and most of the beginning part is generally the same, but the endings are somewhat different, and you got to figure out what the order of endings are. So you just play the 4 different endings, and 1, and 2, and 3, and then 4, so you know which order they come in.
Yeah, that's when we started that reading this song, right? You were showing me the ending first.
Yeah. So yeah. And then with these 4 different tools that we have here, the tabs that we can use, the metronome we can use, the speed, which we have to sort of think about. Slow speeds allow you to play cleaner with less mistakes, but fast speeds challenge your processing power, which is what I mean by you have to think faster, your processing power. How fast can you process what's happening? And then the rhythms, which allow you to gauge your accuracy. So it's kind of like, you saw when you had that metronome with the rhythm there, these specific rhythms, they train your accuracy. Right.
Yep.
So, anyways, these are some powerful tools that we use when we're trying to memorize these things. That's when I asked, how do you practice that? I wanted to know whether you were using one of the tools.
Yeah, sorry, my answer was none of the above.
So yeah, anyway, we're gonna head over to lesson 5 here. So let's just go ahead and pop that open there. Go to here to the dashboard. You have to add that into your account real quick.
Yes.
All right.
Is now a good time to log back in? Yeah.
Just 1 second here. In 3,
Oh yeah.
2, 1.5.
Yeah,
All right. You can go ahead and try now. These are going to be a little challenging, huh?
Yes.
But I can give you a couple more points here. So let's. I want to give you like basically, I'd say maybe an 8 here on the arpeggiated chords. We'll get another point on that.
Oh, thank you.
Alright. Get an 8. Nice. We do it a little bit faster, a little less mistakes, we can get that 9. And it's going to be good.
I'll show off my exorcist,
Awesome.
You see the exorcist and the other one? I don't remember what was the other song. I have
got 8s on all 3 of these. Pretty good.
Yeah, I have a fun time working on them.
Okay, so strumming. We get to work on some strumming songs, and I added in a whole bunch of different strumming songs for you guys because I didn't have a lot of strumming songs at some point. I basically just had a bunch of riffs. People were complaining, hey, why don't we learn whole songs? I want to play like all the chords and stuff. I'm like, well, if you just play chord songs, you're gonna feel maybe you're gonna feel a little bit better, but to be honest, it's pretty easy to play chords, right? And then I showed him how to play like the chord song. He was like, oh wow, it's actually really easy. So, but the problem with chord songs is that they're really easy, right?
What's the problem?
With chord songs.
Yes.
They're easy.
I know that.
Yeah.
I have problems with the strumming.
Strumming, yeah. And the problem with chord songs is not only are the chords super easy and boring because you have to play these little open chords, which are kind of boring, but the strumming is also always the same the whole time.
Okay.
So that's two negatives for not only that, but you also have to strum the chord for a really long time. Like you keep strumming it and then you don't really practice any technique. So it's like 3 negatives and they don't cancel each other out. Okay. So what we're gonna try to do is we're first of all we're gonna try to figure out crazy chords, like chords that are weird, right? So that we work on different shapes with our fingers. Okay, this is gonna make it more challenging, and interesting strumming patterns. So that way, the strumming patterns change. They're unique, they're different, and they're gonna challenge your rhythm. So you got that, and not only that, but they're also gonna be short and sweet and to the point. All right. So those are now we're canceling out the negatives. You see, that's really important.
And increasing the fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's a lot more fun. So I have a couple different things here, which are going to be a little different, a little challenging. So let's see what we can do. We have this strumming stuff here. Let's try this first one. I think it goes like this. It's really simple, I'm making an elaborate description, but it's really easy. Alright, something like that. So we got like the strumming thing where we're going to do an open, some chord, and then you got the chugs. right, and the strumming direction, which has been labeled here. So let's work on the strumming. Let's just play the 3 chords first. We got this E. Play the E chord right there, E major.
I haven't visited those chords in a long time, so you have to bear with me.
Yeah.
So it's 1, 2, 3. Like this?
I can't actually see your hand over here. Yeah, just twist it a little bit more.
So you're gonna see my mess a little bit, so let's see. I want to hide that.
Okay, there you go. That's fine.
Alright, so it's 1, 2, 2 like this. Good? No, that doesn't sound right.
Looks like it's backwards. Fingers.
I'm sorry, I've completely forgot what is the E. You said E minor.
Well, you can see the numbers here though, right? 0, 2, 2, 1. So you kind of have it, but you gotta do it on the other side. Yeah, so 0. This is the big one right here, the 0, and then you got 2, 2,
1.
and then you got a 1.
Like this. Yeah?
Yeah.
So
Okay. Alright, let's focus on how this up down down thing works. You're gonna do an up on 0. Yeah, and up on the 0 there, and then just come straight down on the chord. Right, so this is gonna train you. Alright, let's just keep doing that as a up, down. It's kind of like achus. Achu. It's kind of one of these. Yeah, do you remember the chord changing strategies? The achu was one of them, where you're gonna kind of have your fingers above the chord. You strum up on the 0 and strum down on the chord. Yeah, go and try that a couple times. It basically
okay. That's a tough chord.
it's the same as an A minor chord, right? There we go, that sounds good. Perfect.
Perfect? Okay.
Sounds alright.
Shouldn't
Okay, so that's our first one there. Let's head over to the D. This one's gonna be pretty tough. Again, we have to achu this. The achus force you to land on all 4s, basically. Kind of like a cat would. Or, I won't say the word force.
down twice. Ready? Everything is down.
What's up?
For the D, it's down instead of up down.
It's still gonna be an up down, up on the 0, down on the chord.
Okay, up down to all of those.
Yeah.
Got it. Alright, let's do this. First.
I'll just put that. Nice. Next one's just an A major chord with 3 fingers straight up and down. Right on. So we got the E, the D, and the A. Yeah, those are the 3 chords that we're going to use here.
Beautiful.
Very good. All right. So we're landing well on these all fours. You know, if it's difficult to land on all fours, you want to do bunny hops, right? Do you remember that exercise? Yeah, it's easy.
Yes.
Okay. So so that's that. Now let's take a look at what we got to do here for the chickas.
Mm-hmm.
And the chickas, yeah. I think that's what they're
Oh,
called.
I heard the chicken. Second, not the bunny hops and then the chicken.
Yeah. Well, you gotta give them weird names so you can remember, you know. So we're gonna do a down up on the first one. That's gonna do down up. Yeah. And then it's up down up.
Oh, it's the whole thing. Up,
Right. Right. There we go.
okay. Again?
So what we're going to do is the little box that you can see right here, you're going to start with the chickas and then land on the odd shoes over here on the E chord. Basically for all the chords. Start with the chickas, land on the chord.
Okay, let me start again. So when I do the chickas, what do you put your hand exactly?
You want to cover all the strings and you don't want to squeeze. That's good.
This one, so it's up, down.
That's right. Nice. Give it 2 strums there.
Oh, 2. Why am I not doing it right? And then it's
Just 2 strums on the E. So you see there it says 0 chord like this here. Yeah. Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try it again on E here. Chickas and then chord. Right. Yeah. So let's do the same thing for D. We're going to start with the chickas and then we'll do the D chord.
So I do E first and then D.
We're going to just do the chickas and then the D chord. We're going to try each one separately.
Okay. Chickens. Down. Oh. What's going in there?
Probably squeezing a little bit.
And then the D.
Nice. One more time on that.
What is wrong?
There we go. Perfect. And then we're going to go to the A, so just chickas and then the A chord. Perfect. Let's try it again.
I'm pressing too much.
Yeah.
The note plays. Okay, let me try again. So it's, and then again.
All right, so you're doing okay with this, right? So you got basically the chickas are great. A lot of students struggle with the direction, but you know you're doing it perfectly, right? But we want to make sure there's no pausing in between as you go from one thing to the next. That's going to be the hardest part, I suppose.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and we can just kind of listen to this real quick and see how it should be. Twice on that. Back to E. Alright, so that's kind of how it goes.
You want me to play with this?
Well, let's try doing it a little bit more without, but just try to squeeze the time. Try to get that pause out of there. Just go quickly between the sections.
It's E, D, A.
Yeah, 2 times on the E, 2 times on the D, 2 times on the A. It's twice on everything.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about.
Okay.
Because you're gonna do it again, right? You're gonna practice that again the next time, so you don't have to start over. You just do the next one, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I got it. Yeah. Up, down, down, up, down, up. Okay, so I start with an up all the time like this. And then raise the and put them too long. I do the opposite. And then V. No. I always want to go down when I start. So let me continue then. Okay, up. Go up. And then A.
Back to E. It's good. That was good on the A.
Yes. I'm on the E already?
Yep, doing good. So this is pretty good. You got the general gist of it pretty good. So the key to kind of like getting things nice and in time and stuff is really to, you know, slow things down to the point of where it's all consistent, in a sense where you got to do the hard parts slow because they're hard, but then because you're doing the hard parts slow, you also want to do the easy parts slow as well, so it stays in time. That's kind of the problem with practicing without a metronome, is people tend to play the easy stuff fast and then the hard parts slow, and then it doesn't sound right.
Yes. And then
but
you lose track.
yeah, and so you almost got this. So let's try doing this with the song here. We can go ahead and put this at 0.75 speed or something like that, and see how that goes. I think you'll be able to do it.
Okay, let's see how it goes. So E, C, A. And it's super slow. Okay. Alright, let's see if I can do this. Let me bring the sound higher up. And let's play again.
All right, so the issue here is what do you think?
I'm focusing so much on the rhythm and the notes, I forget the metronome, and it's a mess.
Yeah, so
there's a lot of issues out there.
what you're gonna want to do is raise the volume of the music. You gotta hear it better.
But I don't hear anything.
Yeah, see, what's up?
I don't hear anything on this one. I have a hard time to follow it.
Yeah. So, if the volume is louder, not on your guitar but on the music, and maybe your guitar volume a little less or so, you're gonna hear that over your guitar. Because the problem is right now your guitar is too loud and the music is too quiet, so it drowns out the sound of the music. You're not gonna hear anything.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So we gotta switch it around.
Okay, so let's see if because I cannot put the sound louder. It's at the max.
Oh, okay. So just turn the guitar, not on your guitar, but on the amp. If you just turn the amp down a little bit. And then just sort of maybe test it.
Okay, let's try it.
Let's see that. right.
You done?
Yeah, just pause there for a second. So that was much better, but you see the volume is still not really quite there. So I suggest you probably turn it down on your guitar just a little bit more, so that way you really hear the hear the rhythm. Let's try that. All right, so yeah, I can still hear it. But let's see, because if I could hear the music, right, and then you just want to kind of just here's the music, and your guitar just kind of needs to be like right there, just a little bit less, right? And if it's a little more, then you can get away with that if you already know the song pretty well.
Yes.
But if you don't know the song too well, then it's good to have it like right there, so you can kind of, it's just like it's in your face,
Yes.
So let's try it one more time here. And you can always just adjust it while it's playing, and you think, well, it's too loud, you can, just adjust it, right? So that way you can...
For some reason, I just think that the recording is not loud enough.
Maybe. Is this thing here... Is this thing here at full?
Yes.
Alright, and then you got your computer sound here as full as well?
Full, max, yeah.
Interesting.
And the sound is not from a speaker, it's from the monitor.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not the best. I can try using my speaker, but sometimes I'm getting some connection errors.
It should be okay. And worst comes to worst, you can actually just turn off the entire, turn off all the effects and stuff. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine with this. Well, unfortunately, the sound quality just got very strange through that. But if you want, we could try to fiddle around with some settings here to fix that. If you click that, what does it say here on your audio settings? Does it say like suppress background noise low, anything like that?
The zoom settings.
Yeah, the zoom settings, or like, enable original sound, or echo cancellation or something like that. Anything like that. We kind of have 3 different settings that affect the... Also, automatically adjust microphone volume, maybe that off or something.
Okay, I just found the setting button. And where you're at?
So we need to be in audio settings, and then there's like a couple things. So is automatically adjust microphone volume checked?
Yes.
Alright, can we uncheck that?
Okay, uncheck.
And then just set that to maximum, I guess.
Volume to max. Check.
Alright, and then what about use separate audio device to play, or sorry, not that one.
Uncheck.
Suppress background noise is the one that we want to look at.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Okay, so you don't have that. Alright. And then if we click advanced, what do we have there?
I don't have the same like you. I have a check show in meeting option. Okay. To be checked on.
So yeah, go ahead and check that.
Okay.
And then do you have like a couple things down here that it says, or is it just echo cancellation?
Oh yeah, I do have echo cancellation. I have two other ones also.
All right, so those are set to like disable, right?
Yes.
All right, so that's good. So I guess that's all the stuff that we can do there. So if it doesn't really work too well, yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. But what happened there was, yeah, what happened there was your rhythm was off, and so I'd like to see if you can do this without the guitar, but maybe through like tapping or drumming. You think you can maybe clap along with it instead of play along with it?
Okay. Do you want me to do the clapping now?
Yeah, let's do it with the music though.
Okay.
Let's see if I can hear this. Okay, so can you tell?
I have a bit of a delay.
Just
but,
just a little bit in some points.
I agree.
It's not it'd be hard to it'd be hard for someone to tell, but there is a bit of a delay in some areas, right? Sort of coming in a too fast or maybe too late, just sometimes.
Sometimes I'm adjusting myself.
What's up?
Maybe I don't have that good of a rhythm. I'm adjusting myself. You know, I'm paying attention, and I agree. Sometimes delay.
Yeah, so adjusting is what we need to do, right? So let's try it one more time with the claps there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It was a little bit better there.
I think so too.
Okay, let's try it one more time with clapping. Again, like it's off by just a little bit, but it's kind of a big deal because rhythm's like really important. So just one more time here, and then we could try it with the strumming and see if it gets a little bit better there.
Okay, I have a. When I think I'm finding myself losing it, it's the very, very first two notes. Ta-da!
Yeah.
Right, faster than what I'm thinking.
Right. Right.
Is it beat or is it really me that is off beat?
You're probably not listening to the clicks. Do you hear the clicks?
I try to focus on a click, but when I focus on a click, I lose the beat.
Yeah. It's just something, you have to practice a little bit, and we're going to try different rhythm patterns and stuff. When you keep practicing different rhythm patterns, you're going to get better at rhythm.
Okay. All right. So clapping again.
Let's try one more time with the clapping. Then we can go play it for real.
I got my thumb up and done.
Yeah. That was perfect.
Yes,
Did you see? You see how that was like pretty much perfectly in time right there?
Yes, because what I found is the two first notes, the very, very first note starts fraction of a second before the first click.
Yeah. And do you ever like use like like I like to kind of just like bob my head with the beat, if you do that, you can kind of, you get this pulse, you see there's like a
Yes.
pulse to it, and then all the other beats go around the pulse. So if you just keep the pulse going, that's the metronome click, right? And then
Yeah.
you can try to manipulate everything else around that pulse, and you'll notice some things land on the pulse, some things are not on the pulse. But if you keep the pulse going with your head or something, then you can keep in time, and you'll notice that you're lining up with the clicks, and then everything else works. Anyways, so that was pretty good.
Yes.
Let's
So
try with
now-
strums.
From it, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was better, but not that good.
All right. By the way, now that you've got good sound on the music, do you think you could turn your guitar up a little bit?
What? You want to hear what I'm playing?
Yeah. Okay, that's perfect. All right. Let's go and try it again, I suppose. One more time here. and then we'll give you a little score, and we'll try to move on to the next one here, so that way we can get into the next strumming pattern.
Okay.
All right, so that was much better.
Yes, it was.
And it's crazy because how can I tell whether, I don't know if you've ever like listened back to some of these things, but you could tell like when I hear you guys play, the audio quality is somewhat significantly deteriorated by the network, right?
Yes.
Anyway, so how can I tell whether you guys are really playing this correctly or not?
And you were just putting the fingers on the visualize it, right?
The fingers, sometimes you guys don't even show me your fingers, so it's really all it is just I can hear the clicks and I can hear when you guys are hitting it at the time. Like I can't really hear the note too well. Sometimes it sounds like a blob, but the thing is, you hit that blob at the same time that the click is supposed to be playing that. You line it up properly with the rhythm. So my test to see if you guys are really playing this properly is, are you playing it in time? That's it.
That's a good trick. It's a good exercise.
So that's really important. And then
Do I need to put my guitar just a bit louder?
I think it's perfect actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just that like the sound quality of this, however you have it set up now, is slightly less than the sound quality from before, but if it works better for you, just you can keep it like this. It's not really a problem.
Actually, since you're now on my speaker, I hear everything better. So maybe I should put it how it was before. Maybe change something.
Yeah. So, anyways, let's head on to the next strumming thing here.
I don't remember what was that.
You mean the setting?
Yeah.
Oh, the setting needs to be there, otherwise I can't hear you.
Yeah. Okay, so you're good. Okay.
Yeah, it's just that however your setup is now, like, it's not as good as without the speaker. When you play it without the speaker, it actually sounds a little better to me, but that's fine because I want you to hear it better than I can,
So I'll turn the speaker next time, but right now, especially for that type of song, I needed to have a louder sound.
Yeah.
Louder sound. Okay.
Okay. So let's take a look here. Oh yeah, and the cool thing about playing things in time and in rhythm is that you can actually make mistakes in the notes that you're playing. You can miss notes, but as long as you play it in time, you're not really gonna notice.
Yeah, notice that I already was not playing the right notes.
Yeah, the notes don't even matter so much if you're playing it in time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of like coloring in the lines, right? Coloring, if you stay in the lines in your coloring book, it doesn't matter what color you use.
Okay.
See? Okay, so anyway, let's head over to the next thing here. This one here. This is gonna be a clean tone song, so we'll go ahead and switch that up here. Alright. So, this is gonna sound like... Gotta get that crispness to it. Alright. That's how it goes. It's so funny, like, it's just the most funniest riff I've ever heard in my life. It's just... Remember I was telling you, like, last time that I can hear emotions through the music? So, to me, when I hear this, it's like the funniest riff. My stepbrother was playing this one day. He was just sitting there with his acoustic guitar, just playing. It's just the funniest thing ever. So I simplified it a little bit here because it's a little complicated there. But here we've got our a 0, and then we strum the A minor.
You're still laughing at your song, right?
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like this country song.
Country, yes.
Hillbillies and stuff. Seem to have lost the sound here.
Yeah, like I said, my speaker sometimes just shuts down.
Oh.
So we are back. Next thing worse, we're back on the laptop.
Yeah.
I will not worry about it.
Okay. Yeah, so at least I could actually hear you better now, at least, though.
Yeah, because now the speaker is going towards the wall instead of going towards me.
I gotcha. That's a bummer.
Yeah, this laptop is no bueno. Okay, so remove that weird sound, so go back to normal.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and just try to strum the 0 and the A minor. This is an A minor. It looks like an E major, it's the same shape, but it's down a string. Very good. Alright, after that, we're gonna play the D string. Let's do it without any weirdness. Just play the D string and then strum the chord again.
Which one is it?
The D string is the 4th string.
So why doesn't it sound the same?
We're not gonna play it. Just keep the finger there. You're just gonna hold the chord here. Don't read the tab here because the tab is a little misleading. What we're gonna do is build up to it first. Okay, so we're gonna do the picking. You're gonna hold the chord here and then do the picking first, and then we'll change it so it works with the tab. So you just hold the chord and you pick the string. So you're gonna pick string 5, strum, and then pick string 4. So you're practicing like the clown music. So you're just gonna hold the chord down and no fingers are doing anything.
Got it. That's not easy.
Yeah, just keep the fingers down and then just use the focus on the pick.
It's really like this, right?
Yeah, you're just gonna keep the chord down. Okay, so this is okay, but do you notice how I do this here?
Yeah, I don't see you, so I don't know how you do it.
Alright, so what I need to do here is, you see my pick here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just picking the string, and then I stop the sound. Now, I also pluck this outward, like, kind of like this, where my hand will literally come up a bit. Instead of going down, if I go down, I have a chance of hitting those strings. So if it comes up a bit, see that?
So you go up on both.
Well, I'm downstroking, but instead of downstroking like this, where my hand goes down, I down but lift it up like this. You see? I pluck it away from the string. Does that make sense?
Kind of.
Yeah.
So it's up. You start with up,
These are all downstrokes.
all down. Okay. And then you just want to hit that, so that's why you bring your hand away.
I bring my hand upwards so I don't like touch anything else. Yeah. And then once you do the strum, you kind of want to stop the sound because you're going to dig in for the next one. So you got to touch the strings anyway. So you might as well touch them all and then just... See? When you go in for the next string, touch everything so it keeps it silent and pluck up. Alright, try that again.
Okay.
Okay, this is sounding good. At least your strumming is good, but something is maybe happening over here. It doesn't sound like a clean strum. Are you squeezing enough?
I think I don't play all of the chords. Do I need to play
Oh.
the last one too? No, just in the middle.
I think what might be happening is the wrist or something is touching the strings as you're strumming, muting the sound. It often happens.
How about that?
You can go ahead and try that. Okay, so that's pretty good. Yeah, so what's happening is, again, this
Okay.
picking hand, when you strum, you want to relax the strum. You just want to strum normally. But if you strum carefully and you try to like be careful with the strum, what happens is your wrist starts touching the strings as you strum, and so that mutes the sound.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get this, you're gonna get that type of sound because you're touching the strings as you're strumming.
Yeah.
But it's okay, it's not like the end of the world there. Anyway, so let's focus now on this lifting and hammering down on this fourth string. So just on that fourth string by itself, I'm gonna practice the hammer on right there. Okay, so that's pretty easy, right? So now let's go ahead and throw the strum in after that.
I have a problem to mute the strings after that. So it's you play and then you tap. Is that it?
Yeah, you're gonna play it normally, right, like this here. And then you come in for the next one.
Yeah.
You can leave the strum, like, no worries. Don't worry too much about muting it. You'll mute that the next time you go in for the pluck, you're gonna mute it anyway. So now the strums are good, but what you got to do is, now we don't really hear the single note. So you got to be careful on getting that single note to, first of all, pluck only that string, and as you're plucking that string, try to touch some of the other strings so that you mute the sound of that strum. You see?
Got it.
So the mute comes when you're plucking. You almost had that. You almost had that. Keep trying.
Yeah, I do almost have it. Ay. So I do dun and I play and then I press.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, take your time with it. The more you take your time with it, the better it'll be. Don't try to do it one after the other. And do one, like do a pluck and a strum, and then wait. And then go in for another pluck and a strum, and then wait. See, it's starting to work better now. Now let's alternate between the 5th string. String 5, you can hit the 0. And make sure that when you do that stuff that you're not like... the middle finger sometimes will just lift up and down on its own. But we only want to lift up that middle finger when you're playing that string. Okay, so just make sure that the middle finger doesn't hop up and down. I don't. You'll see what I mean. Like as you start playing this, you'll notice. Wait a minute, my finger's like coming up for some reason. But you only want that to happen when you're on the when you're on that one string. Okay, so let's play the 0.
Yeah, I just want to say that I have a friend coming around 8:15, so we're gonna have to
Okay.
get started.
Yeah, sure. I'm a little sick too, so we'll try to get this and then we'll be good. Like once you get a couple more strums or whatever.
Okay. So you want me to do just 0?
So again, the 5th string,
strum? Huh?
5th string, and then strum, and the 4th string, and then strum.
Okay. Whoa.
Yeah. That's pretty close. Yeah, keep going. Okay, so this is good, but remember, you gotta get that muting, otherwise you can't hear the one string. So
Yeah.
let the strum be fine. You're doing great on the strum. It sounds excellent. But then you also have to go in for the single pick. When you do the single pick pluck, make sure you touch as many strings as you can on that. When you're going in to pluck it, carefully plucking it. And then strum as hard as you can.
Okay. So
Carefully pluck and strum. And then for the next one, carefully pluck. Nice, and then just strum. And then for the next one, carefully pluck. We don't get a sound out of that. There we go, and then strum. And then going for the next one, carefully pluck. Right. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, you totally got this. All right, the careful pluck and the strum. And get that little hammer on. Now, have you been noticing that middle finger doing anything funny? Like, is it like lifting up when you're playing this or anything like that?
Yes.
It is?
Yeah.
It's doing the funny thing?
Yeah. It's like always going up and down and up and down and up and down.
Isn't that weird?
It's okay. Right?
Well, we don't really want that to happen, so maybe
Uh-huh.
next time we can try to avoid doing that, so that way when you own that we only want that to happen on this.
Oh.
So it
because
shouldn't
can
happen here.
influence My strum. It can influence my strum. Not having a strong strum.
Yeah.
A strong strum because my finger was up not that long ago.
Right, yeah, so maybe that but just in terms of like even if it didn't, like it's just like it's not really supposed to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that was really good. Like we got some good stuff here. Kind of halfway through the strumming stuff here. We got another pattern for next time. But that was really good. We'll save that again here and give you a couple points on here. The first one, we can say that was about, okay, we'll give you 6 on this one here, that first one.
I had 7 for fraction.
And then this one here,
I'll
we'll
blame it on the middle finger.
this one here, we'll go with the 5.
Okay.
All right, so about a 5 and a 6 here. It's probably a little more than a 6, like a 6.5, but I don't have half points, so anyway.
Yeah, I saw that check mark there. So.
Yeah. Excellent. All right, so that was pretty cool.